If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for...
So welcome back. Everybody listen up, because almost everybody has a computer. And here we go. My next guest is Jeff McCormick, and he is the owner of Sirius Technologies. And tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and I can't wait to talk. Go ahead.
Okay, Carol. Well, thank you for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. What I do is I go into, people's homes, small businesses. I do computer support and basically IT services. So, I do hardware. I can replace hardware and computers. I can, set up networks. I do all sorts of computing stuff.
Right. But today we're going to talk about some things that really irks people with their computers. Mm-hmm. And the one of them that we wanted to talk a little bit about was getting hacked and being infected by a computer's virus, and how someone can hear. We obviously hear a lot about that today.
Right.
How can you help your customers with this?
Well, I wanted to make a distinction, actually, because there's a kind of a misconception out there about being hacked. Usually, the larger corporations, the institutions, things like that, they're targeted because they have, these databases that have a lot of information in them, and credit cards and social security numbers and things like that. So, they basically, and they have servers that sit out there, and they basically listen on the internet so that they can do transactions. So sometimes they find vulnerabilities in those ports where they listen. And so, it's oftentimes that either that happens, like they attack that vulnerability, or it could be like maybe a disgruntled employee gets in behind and inserts something into behind the firewall that basically triggers a getting hacked scenario. For most people in their homes, if you're behind a firewall, which you are with your router, and your computer runs one as well, everything is shut down from the outside world when you do that. So nobody can basically knock on your door and come in that way. Generally, 9 times out of 10, what happens is people will go to a website to download something, and it will, they'll download something that they think they're getting, but they're getting something else, like malware, or it will piggyback on what they're getting. So it'll be like a window that comes up at some point, and they have to check a checkbox that says, no, I don't want to install this extra stuff. And so that's one scenario. Then another one is like you can basically, there's updates that occur, right? You're familiar with them. You see like Adobe Reader will pop up a box, like Java will pop up a box. I've seen in the past where those are malicious, like it won't be actually Reader. So if you do see those, the best thing to do is to just like click them away, and then go to the website to download the software. So you go to Adobe or Java or whatever to download the software yourself. So don't really accept kind of like knocking at the door. It's basically an unsolicited type of activity. You wouldn't do that really in your home, let someone come in, so it's probably not a good idea to let somebody come in, from all parts of the world, really. I mean, when you're on the internet, you're connected to the rest of the world, so you have to look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, what about when somebody goes onto like a website, and they're just checking out websites, and all of a sudden they go on to one, and I had one come on to mine that literally would not let me.
Oh, exactly.
Off of it.
I know exactly.
That was the worst thing. I mean, there was no way. I literally had to. Go ahead.
That was one of the things that I was going to talk about. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what happens in that particular scenario that I've seen is like you're basically trying to visit maybe Bank of America or something, and you type Bank of America or Bank of Americas or something. It's like one letter off of the actual URL.
And it happens easy.
Everybody does it. I've done it. So I've gotten this before too. So basically what happens is it's a server running that pops this up on your machine, and it won't let you exit out of it. So what you have to do really, I mean, if you don't know how to shut down the process, which I know how to do, you just basically get in there and shut it down. You can basically shut down your computer.
That's because you do what you do, Jeff. Go ahead.
So in that case, if you can't click on Internet Explorer and close it, or Chrome or Firefox or whatever you use, you can just shut down the computer. So the one that you're talking about has like an 800 number, and it's like it alerts you. It's like
this one I shut down, my computer came right back.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, so in that particular case, you probably had something installed where you need to run a virus scan and eradicate it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that comes to my next point.
Right.
Because you are offering something, and you say that you had 2 of these that you wanted to give to people, so we're going to enter everybody in to win. Tell them what you want to do.
Okay, so this software that I'm giving away is basically, I think most people have heard of it. It's called AVG Antivirus. And I'm giving away the year subscription to it. It's a $69.99 value. So
that's $70 value.
Right.
Free to you.
So free to you. And if you need help setting it up, just give me a call. But it's pretty easy just to enter the key. I'll send it to you, and you can do it yourself if you'd like.
So our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We have 2 people that are going to win. It's a $70 value free to you. It's a year's subscription to this AVG antivirus protection software that you're going to get. Again, call here 602-277-5369 if you need help in installing it. He'll help you as well. Are you Valley-wide?
Yes, I'm Valley-wide, and I do, I visit the home, I visit the office. I can also do remote. So for this, I would probably just remote in and enter the key for you and set it up that way.
Do you do free consultations?
I do, yes. If you can call me with any issues that you're having, and I'll do my best to try to help you over the phone. And if I can't, then we can set up an appointment to fix it.
Now, you are also on Angie's List. We want to talk about that.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So in about 2014, I decided to sort of bump it up and use some, newer technology to advertise, and Angie's List has worked out quite well for me. I've got, an A rating, quite a few reviews, over 100 on there so far. So it's really awesome because, people, when I go into their homes, or even when I get into their computer remotely, there's a certain amount of trust there that you have to have with the individual doing it, right? So Angie's List, their reviews are by people that have actually used your service, so that that I've been to their location and helped them out.
Right. So he's Valley-wide on Angie's List, and he's offering for everybody to get entered into win, and we've got 2 of them that we're going to give away. It's an AVG antivirus protection software for yourself. If you don't know how to put it in, he'll go ahead and help you do that.
Right.
And we've got 2 of them. It's a year subscription to that, and that is a $70 value free to you or someone that you know. 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check him out on his website. It's get-serious.com, and it's SIRIUS. I want to put that out there.
Yes.
.com, and his phone number direct. It's 602-571-5456. Okay, so I know it's going to go by fast, but I want to get some other these things.
Yes.
So, so let's say about backing up your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it an important thing to do, and what is the best way that we can do that?
Well, it's an important thing to do because, a lot of people have very important documents, and, a lot of my customers have like years worth of pictures on their computers, and so it's important to, and even some of my businesses have, like business critical information that needs to be backed up, right? Because if they were to lose that, then, they wouldn't be able to conduct business the next day. So it's a really good idea to back up. And so I have the best case scenario for backup, and one is that you have an on-site backup that you can actually restore in a matter of hours, and it basically is a clone of your computer. And so if you lose anything, if you lose the computer, if you lose the hard drive, or something happens to that computer physically, then you can just, get a new computer, and then you would roll that back up onto the new computer, a couple hours. It doesn't take very long to restore it, so you're down for very little time. Then the other backup that I think is important to do is to do an offsite backup. So, there's lots of cloud-based services now that do that. One of my favorites is Backblaze.com, because it's unlimited file size and unlimited backup, and it's like $5 a month. So
wow, that's an awesome price.
It's really a great peace of mind, it's great to have an offsite backup because things can happen in your home. Like you can be subject to theft, or there could be a fire or some sort of disaster, and you lose your computer and your local backup. Then you have this cloud-based backup that you can go to.
Real quickly, what kind of computers do you work with?
I do, I can work on Macs. I actually carry a MacBook, when I go to visit. I do PCs. That's, the one I do the most because a lot of people have PCs. But, yeah, I do those. And in Linux, I've done programming in the past, so on Linux machines and Unix machines. So I've got quite a bit of experience without giving away my age, but I've done it for quite a few years, so I've seen, and even on iPhone and Android, I'm getting a lot more phone sort of support that I'm doing too.
He is Valley-wide. He can come to you or do it right over the phone. Okay, right over over the internet.
It's over the phone. I like to call, and have people call me, or we talk on the phone while I'm on the computer with them.
You can check him also, all of the reviews, hundreds of them, on Angie's List. He does free consultations for both home and small businesses. And we've got everyone entered into win. It's the AVG antivirus protection software, and that's a $70 value free to you. We've got 2 of them that we're going to give away, so it's a year subscription for that. Our number here is 602 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What's your final words? Real quickly.
Well, yeah, I'd just say, it's really great to be on the show, and I love doing what I do. And it's very important to have a computer guy that you trust, and I've built that trust through Angie's List, and you can see that I've got the trust with a lot of the customers in the Valley.
Well, he is Valley-wide, and he's offering a fabulous gift offer to everyone out there. There were two of them that we're offering for everyone. It's the AVG Antivirus Protection Software. It's a $70 value, free to you. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Check him out. It's get-Sirius, and it's SIRIUS.com. You can also call him direct at 602-571-5456.